Merry Christmas, one and all. It's your friends from the Average Intelligence Podcast here to make you angry once again because today, in the great holiday tradition of families arguing with each other, we are going to definitively prove whether or not the following list of movies are in fact Christmas movies. Now, over the past 2 years, I have perfected criteria and I finalized it actually yesterday on Toon Talk 2.0 with Virus Fox. Different movies though. Some of them are going to overlap, but so here's how you decide if a movie is a Christmas movie based on me. So, there are three criteria, two of the three have to be met for it to be considered a Christmas movie. The criteria are it takes place during the Christmas season or on Christmas, the key events, the word Christmas is in the title, Santa Claus, Jesus, or the fact that it's Christmas are integral to the plot. If if at least two of the three of those criteria are met, it is a Christmas movie. So, for example, I'm going to use some ridiculous examples. The movie A Christmas Story. Christmas is in the title, takes place during Christmas, and the fact that it's Christmas is integral to the plot. It sets everything in motion. Therefore, obviously, A Christmas Story is a Christmas movie. Conversely, uh, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly doesn't take place at Christmas. Santa, Jesus, Christmas have nothing to do with the plot, and the word Christmas is certainly not in the title. Ergo, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, not a Christmas movie. Everybody got the rules?
Let's do it.
I'm talking to you, America. All right, so we have a list of movies that are oft considered Christmas movies, and we are going to finally decide and put an end to it. Now, we want to invite you all to play along, so we're going to name the movie, and then we're going to give you a moment to discuss or argue amongst your family as you're watching this based on those criteria, whether or not this movie is a Christmas movie. So the first movie we have on our list is Die Hard. Now I know many people consider this a Christmas movie, right? So go ahead, argue amongst yourselves. Now, so I want to be forthright in saying that just because these movies are not Christmas movies does not mean you cannot enjoy them at Christmas time if they are not. And it also doesn't mean they're bad movies. It just means that they're not Christmas movies. I'm a stickler for precision and accuracy. Therefore, because, like, for example, a lot of people like the movie Eight Crazy Nights and they watch it around Christmas time, even though they're not Jewish, but not a Christmas movie. It's a Hanukkah movie. Just get your.
I've never seen Die Hard.
Um, so,
I saw that first on the list, and I was just like, shit. I was like, I've never seen the first one. I've only seen other ones.
so here's the
Isn't that
funny
bad?
thing. So now the reveal Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Here's why. Die Hard takes place.
Explain.
It takes place on Christmas. And while Santa Claus or Jesus are not integral to the plot, the fact that it's Christmas is because Bruce Willis is coming back home for the holiday. So two of the three criteria are met. Plus, when you add on the fact that there's a lot of references to Christmas, like I Have Machine Gun, Ho Ho Ho, all they're well known to people that love that movie. So definitively, Die Hard, if begrudgingly, is a Christmas movie.
I can jive with that, I guess.
It I didn't want it to be. I'm going to be honest. I didn't want it to be, but I had to perfect my criteria because Virus was making the case that the movie First Blood was a Christmas movie just because it was at Christmas time and there was a Christmas tree in the background. And I'm like, no, I need to make that criteria a bit stricter because First Blood is not a Christmas movie.
No, not at
John
all.
John Rambo was not coming home for Christmas. He was coming home to see a friend, and this is not.
Yeah.
It's not a Christmas movie. Okay, but the next one on our list, this one's going to make some people mad. Frozen. Is Frozen a Christmas movie? Tell your kids to be quiet. The adults are talking. I know they have a lot of strong opinions about Frozen, but this is important. You know,
I don't even think my daughter, she's watched it probably 15 times. I don't think she would classify it even as a Christmas movie. What are your thoughts?
Well, Frozen is not a Christmas movie.
Yeah, because Christmas isn't frozen anymore.
No, it's not just that. So it does not take place at Christmas time. Many people forget this. It takes place during the summer. And the only reason it's snowing is because Elsa's power. I almost called her Ilsa for some reason. She's not Casablanca, different movie. Also not a Christmas movie. But Elsa is the
Elsa.
reason. Here's looking at you, Elsa. Stop making it snow. Um, oh, I completely forgot to mention the sponsors of this wonderful podcast, our friends at Stevie Wicks, and our newest sponsor, our friends over at CapCut Pro. We'll talk about them later. But that since CapCut is the sponsor, it means we can't curse, Eric. Plus, this is a family show this week. This week. Check in with the title before you let your kids watch the show. But this one, you're good. So, Frozen takes place during the summer. Christmas, Santa, or Jesus not even present. And yeah, that's pretty much the word Christmas is not in the title. Ergo, Frozen, not a Christmas movie. Following in that pattern, though, the next film, which I'm kind of surprised that some people consider, spoiler alert, I'm surprised that some people consider this a Christmas movie, but many people think that Beauty and the Beast is a Christmas movie.
I can already tell you how they believe that. It's simply just because a lot of these movies came out around that time and people were watching it while they had time with their kids and basically Christmas vacation.
And well, but okay, so Christmas Vacation is what I like to call a perfect Christmas movie because you're talking about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, correct?
Oh no,
Oh, you
I
meant
thought we
Christmas
were
Vacation. Oh, okay.
I thought
Well,
we
let
were
me.
I'm sorry. I thought we were on Beauty and the Beast.
We are, but you said Christmas Vacation. You got me thrown off. So I'm going to show
Oh
you.
my bad. I meant that's when a lot of people watch movies
I
with their
gotcha.
children, especially
Yeah.
Disney movies.
Yes. So that's probably why. But I'm since I already put it. Here's another reason
My
why,
bad.
along with a Christmas Story, National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is a perfect Christmas movie because it meets all three criteria. Christmas is in the title, takes place during Christmas, and Christmas is the inciting incident. It's why the whole family's getting together. Therefore, but Beauty and the Beast.
Bend over and I'll show you.
I can't say the line. It's a family show.
Yeah, that's why I said that was hilarious.
Oh, it's great. There's ornaments, dude. I love the ornaments from that moment when it's clogged. Anywho, Beauty and the Beast. A lot of people probably get the incorrect idea that it's a Christmas movie because of the scene that happens in winter between Belle and the Beast. But let's go through the criteria. Christmas is not in the title. The main plot point, the whole movie takes place over the span of what I can guess is about a year ish. So it's not exclusively at Christmas time. And in fact, they don't even say that it's Christmas, it's just winter. And I'm sorry, winter's a lot longer than Christmas. It can be cold without Santa Claus being around. And Santa Claus or Jesus not even mentioned, much less in the movie. So Beauty and the Beast, not a Christmas movie. However, Beauty and the Beast Magical Christmas movie. So you can have that one. You can have a direct to video release. All right, the next movie, this one perplexes me too, and I understand why people think this is a Christmas movie, but The Apartment, I don't think you've seen this one.
Mm-mm.
So this is a 1950s film about I can't remember if he's in advertising or account man. I watched it many years ago. It's actually a good movie. It's very funny. But he has an apartment in New York City, and he decides to rent it out for the family show. He lets people use it to have fun.
Oh, okay.
And he falls in love with the elevator operator in the building. Now keep in mind he doesn't live there, but it is his apartment. Because this was back during a time when if you had a really good job, you could afford to have multiple dwellings if you so chose. That being said, it turns out that this woman has a secret, and it's a funny movie. It's a funny movie. However, probably the I'm not going to say the climax, but there's a big incident that happens at a Christmas party. But again, this movie takes place over the course of at maybe not quite a full year, but it's not just set during Christmas. Christmas is not in the title, and the fact that it's Christmas has virtually nothing to do with the plot, other than the fact that a really important inciting incident just happens to take place at a Christmas party. So, The Apartment, not a Christmas movie. Next, this one surprised me a bit. The Wizard of Oz. A lot of people consider The Wizard of Oz a Christmas movie.
How? How? How and
Well,
how?
because asbestos fell from the sky in one scene. Uh, Not least of which, okay, so let's really go through this. So I'm gonna
That's what really
families,
made the original Tin Man stick.
yeah. Well, and the paint, which I believe was it lead?
Yeah.
I can't remember. Was it lead-based paint? I think it was. And then the
Yeah,
Wicked Witch of
that's
the West caught
about
on
the time they
fire.
stopped using it. Oh yeah.
The original Tin Man, not the one that appeared in the movie though, because
Yes,
that was
for anyone.
recast. Yeah. So
All right.
families argue. This one's not a hard one to argue. I know this is a classic example of what you were talking about. A lot of people watch The Wizard of Oz at Christmas time. I never did, but hey, if that's your family's thing, you enjoy. It can be your Christmas movie, but doesn't take place at Christmas. If anything, it takes place during the spring because of the twisters. Santa, Jesus, Christmas, not even present, and obviously Christmas is not in the title. Ergo, The Wizard of Oz, not a Christmas movie. But you brought up before
Mm,
we started, I'm going to bring up a bonus one, which it's obviously a Christmas movie, but you mentioned Red One. It was okay. Chris Evans is the unsung hero of that movie because he's
dude,
hilarious in it.
J.K. Simmons, man, I don't care what he's in. I love him.
He's
Like
barely in it
he's one
though.
of my favorite. I don't care. Like
I know,
I
I
know,
know,
but
I
he's
know.
in it.
I wanted more J.K.
Like anything he's
Simmons.
in, I love him.
That's what I'm saying. I wanted more J.K. Simmons, and I didn't get more J.K. Simmons. Instead, I got more of The Rock. Which don't get me wrong, I like The Rock.
Hey, The Rock and Chris Evans, man, they were pretty good together, man. Like I don't know. Like I watched it with the kids in the theater. Like, did you watch it at home or in the theater?
No, I watched it in the theater.
Oh, dude, like it was fun. Yeah, and then like 2 days later, it was at home. I was like, oh, okay. So we did this, and then had kids bouncing around. So it's like, come on.
I will say, obviously, take your kids to see Red One. It's a fun Christmas movie. It's not like you're gonna
Oh,
want to tear.
absolutely.
It's not like you're gonna want to tear your eyes out. It's just for an adult. It's all right. It's not bad. It's not great. It's not gonna. I don't think that's gonna be one that's gonna be in your sort of holiday traditions at all. I think this is gonna be kind of a flash in the pan Christmas movie. But if you're an adult and you want to go watch a really good movie, go watch War of the Rohirrim. Very good. 5 stars.
We got an issue with this list.
What's that?
You don't even have the greatest holiday movie on there.
Because it's probably not debated that it's a Christmas movie.
The Santa Claus? Are you
Yeah,
kidding me?
that's not debatable though. It's obviously a Christmas movie
Why isn't it on here?
because
Oh, okay.
it's
I'm
obviously a
sorry. I
Christmas movie.
get you. All
Yeah,
right.
like
Now
somebody tried to argue with me that the Santa Claus wasn't a Christmas movie, and I just kind of looked at him like this. I was like,
looking at your list.
"You do know that
Number nine.
it's about Santa Claus, right?
Santa.
Santa Claus." All right, next up on the list, somewhat controversial. Yeah, I put number 9 on there for you, buddy. Um, Home Alone's 1 and 2. Now, this actually started. This was the basis for my coming up with the criteria of what is a Christmas movie or not, because Jordan over at the Spur of the Moment podcast still maintains. Now, he does maintain that Home Alone 2 is a Christmas movie, but he maintains that Home Alone 1 not necessarily a Christmas movie. I disagree. I understand how he got to his point of view, but he's starting from a faulty idea. But discuss, is Home Alone and Home Alone 2, are those Christmas movies?
I think Christmas is just there and it's a part, like it's going to happen. I don't think they're Christmas movies because
Really?
none of the plots are literally Christmas based. Like, I mean, like I know it's there and I know it's in that time vicinity, but like if you think about it, like the main plot of the story is literally just about Kevin against robbers,
Oh,
and
I'm
not
gonna blow
really
your mind.
saving Christmas. He's not really saving Christmas or anything like that.
Oh
So
no, I'm gonna blow your mind. So let's start with Home Alone 2 because he is in fact saving Christmas in Home Alone 2. Once again, takes place during Christmas time. and he's at odds with the Wet Bandits because they're planning on robbing a toy store on Christmas Eve. And they're robbing the toy store on Christmas Eve because that what is it? All the money they take in is being donated to give Christmas gifts to underprivileged kids. So two of the three criteria are met. Takes place at Christmas time, and the fact that it's Christmas is part of the story that's unfolding.
I
Plus,
mean,
plus, plus the Talk Man,
walk. Is it talk boy?
Talk Boy. That's what it is. The Talk Boy. Kids today, you don't understand how
How
hot that
bad we
was.
were.
Oh, I can't believe we
Did you
fell
get
for it. It's
one?
just that, no, but it's just I got a yak back.
That's what we all had yak backs. I
That
remember
was
that because that
yeah,
was
because
like
that
the
was the
cheaper
cheap one. That
version.
was the cheap one.
Or the voice changers that we had,
Yeah,
like when
yeah.
we were all in what was it, seventh grade, and we're all talking to my groin because that's where I had it, and the teacher's like, "Why are you guys talking to this guy?" Yeah, that was something else.
We had to be more resourceful back then, but you remember the commercial? My kids were home early.
You know what? Actually, the more I think about it, I think you are right, at least about the first one. Because like there is a nativity scene and he does go to church and
Well, that's my major. So again, this is why I came up with the criteria. So here's my argument for Home Alone. So obviously it takes place at Christmas time. It's that time of year. Now, true, not the real Santa Claus, so I'm not counting this because he does interact with a fake Santa Claus. But it's not really that's not what's driving the plot. What is driving the plot though is the fact that the Wet Bandits are selecting these homes because they know people are gone for Christmas. They specifically say that. Harry uses the timing of the automatic lights to figure out when people are home and when they're not. And probably the biggest one is the old man who ends up saving Kevin in the end. He finally talks to him at church, but during the Christmas concert. So were it not Christmas, it's presumable he could. This is why it's kind of loose, but this is why I ultimately think it is a Christmas movie. It's like, yeah, maybe he would have run into him, but Kevin is big into Christmas. It's very important to Kevin. That's why he's still, even though he's home alone, he decorates the house. He makes it known that Christmas is very important to him, even in the second one, because he's very concerned about not being able to have a Christmas tree in Florida. So it's kind of a big deal. So Home Alone,
yeah, you're right. Home Alone's Christmas. Both of them are Christmas movies.
I'd say two more than one, but one is just so iconically a Christmas film, though. What I don't remember is when it came out, though. I don't remember if it
Random
came out during
question.
Christmas. Yeah.
Random question. Which one's better for you? Do you like
Oh,
one
the
or two
first
more?
one. I like the first one. Even the traps are better, although it's hard to compete with Marv getting electrocuted and the still frame of just the plastic skeleton.
I don't know, dude. I think two is my favorite because
Ah,
when they fall through the floor.
okay, that's good. Like, don't get me wrong, they're both way better than three and any of the others.
Well, three wasn't bad. Like I didn't love it, but the thing is, like, it wasn't as good as the first two. No, but
No.
three was decent. Like that kid that played him, like it was a lot better than people give it credit for. Now four and beyond,
So
eh,
it's kind of like the Dennis the Menace movies. Like the first one's just iconic. The second one, it suffers because it's not the original cast, but it's still entertaining, you know. But the first one's iconic.
mm.
You're a
All right.
robber.
Number seven.
Number
Number
7. So I will say I'm including this one because the second one is a Christmas movie. The first one is not. Daddy's Home. So Daddy's Home 1, not a Christmas movie. I know he does the Christmas in July thing, but A, he's not the real Santa Claus. It's just Will Ferrell dressed up, and everybody knows it's Will Ferrell dressed up. And it also
Yeah.
takes place in July.
And the
And
second one
otherwise,
is at Christmas time,
oh,
wasn't
the
it?
second one is absolutely a Christmas movie. There's no debate on it. Takes place at Christmas. They all go away together so that they can spend Christmas as a blended family. Therefore, it meets two of the three criteria Christmas movie.
Dude, the kissing on the mouth at the end of the second one, that was so uncomfortable but funny. Like it,
That whole movie. Daddy's Home 2 is legit one of my favorite Christmas movies, and I like the first one, but the second one is just I love it so much more because I think it's funnier.
well,
It's
Mel
Mel
Gibson
Gibson and
killed it.
John Lith. Well, everybody killed it. I'm a big John
Oh,
Lithgow
John
fan.
Lithgow.
Oh, he's
Dude,
so
he's
funny.
he's so funny, but the thing is, like, his serious roles are really good too.
He is,
Like, do you
but you
remember?
know,
Did you ever watch Dexter? He was in it,
I
and he was a killer.
I didn't get into Dexter actually, but I heard that he does a. I couldn't get into it, man. I just couldn't. I don't know why.
It's all right.
You'll
That's
forgive
fair.
me.
I can't get into Game of Thrones, so I mean, like,
That took me a while. I will say it took me a while, and I
that's a
understand why some
Christmas
people.
season though. Or
It's a
snow.
long, it's a long winter.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But one thing that everybody needs, in addition to some really, really good Christmas movies, is Christmas candles. And fortunately for you, we know somebody that can help you with that. It's not too late. You can still, oh, my background's messing me up. You can still go to steviewicks.com and get your Christmas candles because, I mean, come on. The best Christmas gifts are the ones that come late because you're not expecting them. You know what I'm talking about. That's why when you're the uncle that forgets to buy Christmas gifts and they come late and they love you more because they're not expecting the Christmas gift to come late. Anywho, our friends at Stevie Wicks can provide you with not only Christmas candles for all candles for all seasons, including for all you Dragon Ball fans. We do have the dragon candles available as well. Those are available all year round. Stevie Wicks, however, is going to extend their availability of Christmas candles all the way into January of 2025. So you can still get your Christmas candles. And if you use promo code AIP, you can save 10% off your entire order. So go to steviewicks.com, get your Christmas candles, get that last minute gift that you forgot about, and it'll be okay. It'll be all right.
It'll be
It'll be all right. So next,
number 8. Edward Scissorhands.
debate, discuss.
No.
No, it's not.
Like that's like seasons, like because like he's there for a while, and it's like
Yes.
different seasons. Like, is it that doesn't meet any of the criteria?
It meets
Like,
none of the criteria. Now, you can make the argument that maybe, which I disagree with this, but some people claim it's a Christmas movie because I guess like the majority of it does occur at Christmas time. I don't count it because it's not the main plot of the movie isn't dependent on Christmas. So I don't, but even then, that's one of three criteria. If only one's met, not a Christmas movie. Uh, for those of you though who make the case that The Nightmare Before Christmas isn't a Christmas movie, you're wrong because it meets all three criteria.
yeah,
Christmas is in the title. The main plot point is Christmas, and Santa Claus is a major character in the movie. So you're wrong.
wrong.
Merry, Merry Christmas.
It's a great movie.
It's a good movie.
I love
Let's
it.
see.
I've
and
watched it
then
so
we
many
have,
times with my kids.
and now we have the one that I threw in for you, Jack Frost, but not the version you
The,
think.
the horror version. And I actually forced Jake to watch that when we were kids. And yeah, it was terrible because they dunked a kid in antifreeze and thought it was a good idea just so that he wouldn't be possessed by Jack Frost anymore. The
It's
evil
not
Jack
how.
Frost.
That's not. That's
I
there's
can't even
not
remember when it. I can't even remember when it happened. Like if it was around Christmas time in the show, but like the Santa Claus wasn't around. Jack Frost was around, but does Jack Frost count as Christmas? Like
not exclusively.
Jack
Jack
Frost is just
Frost.
considered cold,
Yeah, yeah. A
so that would
snowman
be winter.
while ubiquitous with Christmas. So even if you contend that the events of this Jack Frost movie take place at Christmas time, it's still only one of the three criteria. Ergo, not a Christmas movie.
Not at all. Still
So
funny though.
yeah, it's still
Still
funny.
funny.
It's
It's a terrible
hilarious.
movie, but
So actually, you may be wondering, we haven't really talked about any movies involving Jesus as a central character or element yet. I had to amend my standards because of this movie. So the I think it is it
number two.
Rankin Bass? Yeah, I can't remember who did. It's one of those, stop motion Christmas specials, but a less beloved one. But it's around the Little Drummer Boy.
Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, I've never seen.
Ba-rum-bum-bum-bum.
I
It's
know of it, but
yeah, but
I was too
here's the
idiot
thing.
to head down for that.
So yes, Little Drummer Boy is a Christmas movie because it takes place during Christmas,
It's religious.
but in the you know the Jesus of it all.
Mm.
It happens on Christmas because the little drummer boy is giving the gift of his drum to not he's not giving him the drum, he's drumming for him, but it's the gift he gives to the baby Jesus in the manger. Ergo, Christmas movie.
Dear baby Jesus.
Dear Lord baby Jesus. The
All
next
right.
one, I can't even believe
Absolutely.
there are
How
people
is
that
that
argue.
how
There are
would you
people that
question?
argue. Yeah, I don't know.
You're
There's
mean one, Mr. Grinch.
in fact every version of the Grinch is not just I'm speaking specifically of the Jim Carrey one, but every version of The Grinch is a Christmas movie. I mean, Christmas is the inciting incident. The Grinch hates Christmas, therefore he tries to steal it. Obviously, takes place at Christmas, and the full title is How the Grinch Stole Christmas. So, meets all three. It's a Christmas movie. Deal with it. Merry
Did you see
Christmas,
the
Happy
comment
Holidays.
on one of our videos about the Grinch, them trying to say that the scene wasn't it wasn't ad-libbed because Jim Carrey actually pulled off the stunt? You know, like where he pulled the sheet out from underneath all the dishes. Someone just commented like yesterday, and they said, "Oh no, he meant to do that, and he did it on purpose." I said, "No, he didn't.
No, he said he didn't mean to do it, and the it's well documented that him running back in and messing the table up was an improvisation on his part.
That was just like people arguing with us about how Coke is at McDonald's. It's like shush, just shush."
Yeah, quiet,
All right, number
quiet.
11. Or no, I'm sorry, number 12.
Yeah, so I already kind of said that every version of The Grinch is a Christmas movie, so I threw this one in for Justin because he loves this movie. The Mean One is a horror parody of The Grinch, and as much as I hate to say it, it is a Christmas movie because it takes place
Never
at
even heard of him.
Christmas. Oh, it's bad. It's not good. You'd love it. It's terrible. Um, it takes place at Christmas, and Christmas is an integral part of the movie. So therefore, the Mean One is in fact a Christmas movie.
A
Enjoy
horror
it if
Christmas
you wish.
movie.
Hey, they're out there. They're out
Krampus.
there. Yeah. And then what was Violent Night? That's not a horror movie, but
Yeah, with the old boy from Stranger
I know.
Things, David Harbour.
Yeah.
Yeah, he played Santa. Like it looks like pretty good. I haven't seen it yet, but
I haven't seen it, but so this next one, actually, you can
I can't
debate
remember
this
this one.
one. So this is from our childhood. I'll Be Home for Christmas, starring then teen heartthrob Jonathan Taylor Thomas. So I will allow the audience now to discuss this one because you may not have seen this one. But for those of you that have, discuss. Okay, we're done. So yes, this is a Christmas movie because of the criteria. The word Christmas is in the title. It takes place at Christmas time, and the plot of the film involves Jonathan Taylor Thomas getting stuck in a desert the night before Christmas. He is going home for Christmas, hence the title, I'll Be Home for Christmas. So while there's not a lot of snow, it is a Christmas movie. You don't have to have snow for Christmas. They celebrate Christmas all
Hey,
over the world.
have you looked outside? We
Exactly,
don't have
which I
snow on
got.
the It's 50 degrees outside right now.
What are you talking about?
Oh, wait.
It's very cold out here. Also,
Snow.
it's also many nights are passing because you see the moon keeps moving. It's like Majora's Mask. My cabin's way all the way. I can't point the right way because my cabin's all the way back there, but I came out here for the view. So you're welcome, audience.
Aren't you cold?
I'm freezing, but it's okay. I got long sleeves on. People in California think this is enough.
Number 14
So I
has
put
the
this.
name.
This one's obviously a Christmas movie. I just wanted to put this in here to shout out. This is what I believe to be the career resurgence of Lindsay Lohan because it's obviously a Christmas movie. It meets all three criteria. But yeah, I think this is the first. I believe this is the first movie she made after her very unfortunate fall from grace, and she seems to be on a bit of a career resurgence. So kudos to her. Merry Christmas, Lindsay Lohan. They're making a sequel to Freaky Friday that I'm actually legitimately stoked about.
Never seen it.
You never seen Freaky Friday?
I've heard of it, and I
Oh,
know
dude.
the basic subplots and points and whatnot. So it just never really.
Oh, dude,
That's kind
it's
of weird.
hilarious. It's
I've
hilarious.
heard. Well, I've
Jamie
heard a
Lee
lot of people
Curtis.
say Mean Girls is funny too, and I was like,
Mean
I
Girls
don't.
is funny. Mean Girls is hilarious. Genuinely, it's funny. You get to watch Jamie Lee Curtis portray a teenage girl. It's so funny, and she nails it, dude. She nails it. Like, of course, Jamie Lee Curtis nails it. Let's see. Next one. So this one is a guilty pleasure of mine, and I'm still debating this one, but The Holiday. So any women watching, you've probably seen it. Guys, maybe, maybe not. Jack Black's in it, so there's a small chance that you've seen it.
I've never heard of
Ah,
this. Is Jack
no.
Black?
Yeah, this is around I think this was 2003, maybe earlier. It's an older flick. Cameron Diaz, Jude Law, Jack Black, and Kate Winslet. It's a cute little movie. I like it. Like I said, it's a guilty pleasure of mine, but I don't know why I said that like Trump. I like it, but uh, I regret to say that based upon my criteria, I don't think it's a Christmas movie because the word Christmas is
It
not
says
in the
the
title.
holiday. It could be anything.
Correct. And while
Just to
it
be
does take
I've never
yeah,
seen it.
yeah. While it does take place at Christmas time, the fact that it's Christmas is not integral to the plot because theoretically this could take place at any time of year. People go on vacation all year long for very and the fact that it's Christmas isn't even the reason they both go on holiday. It's because they have uh air quotes relationships and they want to get away. So it's not even the fact that it's Christmas is not integral to the plot. As much as I would love to consider this a Christmas movie by my own standards, it is not.
I will have to agree
Unfortunate,
with you.
unfortunately. So the next one we have is Love Actually, which I was actually educated on this because I don't know why I, I don't know why I did because I'd seen it way, 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 way back when it
Is that
came
a
out,
Sandler
and
film?
no, it is not. You're thinking there's a similar to what is that?
Something actually, or
Yeah, but
Love, or Punch Drunk
love
Love.
Punch Drunk Love. Yeah, Love Actually is actually I don't like this movie. It with the exception of Crash, I don't like these sort of like eight different intersecting plot lines that don't always
Crash was
connect.
done perfectly. I don't think you could
Well,
replicate that.
Crash was good. Oh, they tried. There's this string of these the holiday movies like Valentine's Day is another one where it's like four different I think this one's eight different couples that are all interacting and some interact with each other but not always do. They're separate plots. It's kind of like a bunch of mini anthologies in one movie and I don't like them. But let's think here. So, is Love actually a Christmas movie? Well, obviously, Christmas is not in the title, so that's strike one. It does, however, take place during the Christmas season, culminating in Christmas, and begrudgingly, the fact that it's Christmas is integral to the plot of this movie, at least for the most part. So,
They say it's a Christmas classic. So
I
that
don't.
that would that honestly, then maybe it's just because like I said, people are watching it at Christmas time because they have time to their families and whatnot. Some people have a couple weeks off or a week off. Some of them, lucky ones.
Listen, okay, Andy Lincoln in that movie is not healthy. And I like Andy Lincoln, but his character, He needs help.
Oh, he's in that. Okay.
Yeah, he's holding up the cue cards where he's basically trying to flirt with this girl while her husband or her fiance is in the house. This is not cool,
Did you
Andy.
did
It's
you even
not
watch
cool.
Walking Dead?
Oh yeah,
When did you give up?
I think around season 5 or 6.
Oh, when Glenn died?
No, okay, maybe it was later than that. Then no, because I watched it for a few more seasons after that.
Oh,
I'll
everybody
find
was all up in
you.
arms. Everybody was all up in arms about that, and I'm like, it's supposed to happen, right?
Yeah, it's like it was always going. Abraham was just a bonus.
But anyway, so back to the
Ah,
list.
okay, so this is a hill I
Oh,
will
this?
die on.
Yes, it is.
It
Happy
is not.
Christmas.
It is not.
No,
This,
not at
this,
all.
this, and none of the Harry Potter film. We're talking about Prisoner of Azkaban. But this and none of the Harry Potter films, despite the fact that they marathon these guys, which I'm thankful that they do. They marathon these guys at Christmas, but they also marathon them at basically every holiday. Thanksgiving, they marathon these. It's like, okay, just because they marathon the Back to the Future trilogy, which I love around Thanksgiving, does not make them Thanksgiving movies. And I just realized I need to let my dog in. So
Well, I was
debate
gonna
the
say,
Harry
no, go
Potter
ahead.
movies, families. I'll be back
Christmas.
in a second.
Well, I was gonna say, Harry Potter always has Christmas tones to it, like, but is it Christmas movie? No. They always have Christmas in it because it's going past December, and they're obviously in school in December. Some of them go home for Christmas, but the movies are not built around Christmas, so no, not a Christmas film. It has
Well, no,
Christmas in it, but it is not the Christmas film. It does not meet the requirements.
it does not. I don't know why I'm red all of a sudden. Why am I red? Okay, I'm less red. Anywho,
Took
this
a
is
shot
also
off camera.
this is also a good time to tell you about our
But
second sponsor and the one that we're very excited about while you and your family continue arguing about whether or not Harry Potter's a Christmas movie. So listen, if you're subscribed to this channel, you've seen a lot of our shorts, a lot of our clips, basically any videos that we create in an on live stream format. I'm here to tell you those are all made with CapCut Pro. And I cannot tell you if you are a content creator like us, or if you just want to make fun videos for social media, CapCut Pro has literally all the coolest tools you could ever want, including but not limited to like auto-generated captions with so many font and text preset selections. It's insane, and you can customize all of them. Voice changer that's actually really good, puts Home Alone 2 to shame. Like, it's insane. I use it all the time. In fact, if you watch any of the other podcasts on our networks, the one that are pre-recorded with the sponsorship bumper, that's my voice. I've just changed it. That's me. Doesn't sound anything like me, does it? If you know, you know. And probably the most important being is that it's just a really good video editor. And as somebody who has been a video editor for, oh Lord, how many years now? Almost 20 years? No, 20 years, 20 plus years. It's one of the best ones I've ever used. It's so phenomenal. And if you sign up for CapCut using the link in the description today, you get your first 7 days free. So basically, you get a week out of your first month free. So it's absolutely worth it. It's only $9.99 a month, and it's well worth it, especially if you're a content creator and you make money from your videos. Like, it can elevate your stuff so well. And if you have a bilingual audience, they have auto translating captions that you can use, not to mention AI enhancement, color correction, all the stuff that a hardcore video editor needs comes with CapCut Pro. I can't say enough about it. If you make videos for a living or even just for fun, get CapCut Pro today. You will not be sorry. You'll even have fun with it. It's the gift that keeps on giving. Yes, so Harry Potter, gotta say, Christmas not in the title of any of them unless they come out with a Christmas special Harry Potter and the
missing Santa.
Harry Potter and the Missing Father Christmas, which, to be fair, I will count Father Christmas as Santa because it's the same person. It's just what they call him in England. And then also the most important elements of the movie have nothing to do with Christmas. There is a Christmas scene, which we love because we had a very funny text exchange one year and now it's become a running gag. And that's it. That's it. Harry Potter's not a Christmas movie. None of them are.
Happy Christmas, Ron.
Happy Christmas, Harry.
Yeah, literally, that's the. As soon as we wake up, it's back and forth with that one.
It's become a tradition, an odd one,
Oh,
but
this next one I'm excited to talk about. I forgot all about this movie. Number 18.
oh
Number 8.
yes. I threw this. Is that a you don't know Jack reference?
No,
Oh
that
man,
was number 15.
oh man, I missed that game so much. But anyway, yes, I threw this one in there because A, I know you love it, and B, believe it or not, some people actually argue that this isn't a Christmas movie, and I don't see how that's possible, but we're talking, of course, about Jingle All the Way,
Dude is literally fighting the entire time to get a toy for his kid for Christmas.
which means
He's
that it
been
takes
Santa
place,
several times.
which also means that it takes place at Christmas, so at the very least, two of the three criteria are met.
I full it's Christmas movie to me.
It's a Christmas
Absolutely.
movie. To me, there's no debate. Now, this one is probably a movie you haven't seen, but if you're a history buff like me, I highly recommend you do. And in fact, you're not going to believe me, but it is a Christmas movie. So this movie is a French film called Joyeux Noël, which for those of you who don't know, Noel is, that's Christmas. So I'm going to count that as in the title because Noel has no other context other than being just another name for Christmas. And literally translated, it just says Merry Christmas or Joyous Christmas, Happy Christmas, whatever
Her
vernacular
name?
you.
Noel.
Uh, so
Anyway.
this is a World War One film, and it covers the Christmas truce of 1915. And I got to say, not only is it a great movie, it is a Christmas movie because obviously it takes place during Christmas. The word Christmas is in the title. And the fact that it's Christmas is integral to the plot. So not only is it a Christmas movie, it is in fact an undebatable Christmas movie. It's very good too. It's exceptionally good. For those of you who don't know, it wasn't a universal truce, but this was after there'd been some stagnation of trench warfare, and it was Christmas Eve, and there basically was a temporary truce between many areas of the front line between both French and German and English and German troops that lasted a few days where they would exchange gifts, they played soccer, you know, there was a lot of commingling, and it's kind of absurd when you think about it because it's like, yeah, they'll stop fighting for Christmas, but the higher ups were not happy about this at all. They were not happy at all. So obviously, this is the only time that it happened because it was heavily discouraged under sometimes pain of death if officers allowed the fraternization to continue. So it did not last. But it's a really good movie. I highly recommend it. I don't know that it's not a family film per se, but it's also not bad. Like it doesn't have like a ton of like gory violence or anything like that. But kids will probably be bored. And they'll also be confused because like the French people speak French, the Germans speak German and English, as was true. Most of the Germans spoke German, English, and or French, and then the English obviously speak English. But it's a very good movie. Highly recommend it. Had to throw that in there. That one was for me. Jack Frost was for you. Joey Noel was for me. The next one.
And
This one is also. Oh, go ahead.
no, I was just saying number 20.
Number 20. This one is also in the same Harry Potter camp. A lot of people maintain that this is a Christmas movie. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
Apparently it's like it's similar to the the nativity, not the nativity scene, I'm sorry, but religious Christmas and Easter story. Apparently, The Lion, the
Yeah,
Witch, and the Wardrobe could be viewed as the same similar story about God's redemption plan or
it is.
whatever.
It is because
That's what
Aslan.
Google
Yeah.
said.
Well, yeah.
I
C.S.
don't know.
Lewis.
I don't think I've ever seen them.
It's
Seen
they're
it.
not.
They're one or
It's not
two.
a. It's the first one. It's not a bad movie. It's actually quite good. The thing of it is though, it's not a Christmas movie. Now I know. Okay, Father Christmas is in the movie, right? But he's certainly not integral to the plot. He just gives them presents. But here's the thing. So This movie's inciting incident is the Battle of Britain. The children are taken, as was commonly done, the children were sent to the countryside as to not fall prey to the bombings of the German Blitz during the Battle of Britain, which took place between July and October mostly. So, not Christmas time. There's snow everywhere, but that's because the White Witch has set Narnia in a perpetual winter, not because it's Christmas. And yes, Father Christmas is there, but he's a plot device. He's not the plot. Aslan is the plot, and Aslan is kind of Jesus, but not really. So yeah, it actually meets none of the criteria to be considered a Christmas movie. So sorry. Now, that's not to say you can't enjoy The Lion, Witch, and the Wardrobe as part of your holiday tradition, but just know it's not a Christmas movie. And then last, but certainly not least, Scrooged. It's a Christmas movie. It's just a retelling of A
Yeah,
Christmas
yeah, yeah, yeah,
Carol.
yeah. That's what I was gonna say. That's a great movie, though, man. Like I remember I had a sound recorder, and when he was like getting essentially burned alive, I remember I recorded that spot and I played it over and over and laughed and laughed and laughed, and I started to wonder about myself. I was like, "What's wrong with me? Why is that so funny?"
That's when you discovered that you had ADHD.
Dude, I couldn't stop laughing at that part. I don't know why. It's not that funny to me now, but as a kid,
It's the
it was.
sound, the sound. It's a pretty comical sound. But here's so basically any retelling of A Christmas Carol, I think, is a de facto Christmas movie. But even by my criteria, it's a Christmas movie. The film takes place at Christmas, and the fact that it's Christmas is integral to the plot. Plus, Scrooge is a reference to Ebenezer Scrooge from A Christmas Carol, so that's interesting.
Indubitably. Oh, what
Indubitably.
happened?
Nothing. I'll tell
Uh,
you. I'll tell you off air. But that unless you want to throw in another Christmas movie, that's all I had.
I no, I don't really have anything else. So, like you pretty much nailed down most of them. Yeah, my
Yeah.
internet connection, it's going back and forth just in case if we get disconnected.
Now that's cool because that's all we had. So hopefully we provided a nice little Christmas argument for you and your family. Wishing all of you a Merry Christmas or a Happy Holiday, depending on what you celebrate, what have you.
No
Not
judgment.
important. No judgment. No judgment whatsoever. Hopefully Santa brought you everything you wanted. If he didn't, you probably didn't deserve it. Or I don't know. This year might be tough. The economy's kind of tough right now.
Naughty list.
I hear Santa's dealing with labor strikes too, because communism has reached the North Pole. Anyway,
No politics. No, just kidding.
no, thank you, everybody. In all seriousness, hopefully we've set you straight on some of these controversial Christmas movie picks. And now you have the tools to argue with all of your friends and family about them. But in all honesty, get your Christmas candles from Stevie Wicks. Sign up for CapCut Bro. Make some killer Christmas videos this year. And have yourself a merry little Christmas. Meet Me in St. Louis, also a Christmas movie, where that song comes from. And until next year, I don't, well, not until next year, because I think we have one more show between now and then. Oh, just an update. The show is moving to Sundays. So be prepared for that. This one's on a Wednesday because it's Christmas, but from now on, Sundays. And until then, we will see you guys next week.
Sayonara. Merry Christmas.
Really? Battle Royale 2? Not a
Do what?
Christmas movie. That's a line from Battle Royale 2. Not a
Oh.
Christmas movie, by the way.